this week, guys, we are doing... Well, welcome back, actually. I shouldn't start. I always jump in without starting. So
These people on their drive home
welcome back.
have no idea what's going on.
Well, we're on our third episode, and this is... We're getting litter and litter every time. So
you definitely are.
Now to switch to prees, I'm done with greens. I'm back on it. So this episode, first episode was Join the Party, and the second was Continuation of the Party.
Yep.
And this one is, in the word of Mr. Worldwide,
Himself.
Don't stop the party. So, the party. So we are going to continue on with just
the party.
We're living the life. So
Okay.
we have some things to chat about today, and I think it'd be great. But first of all, of course, like every other week, highs and lows.
Me kick it off again?
Of course, pointing at you with my finger guns.
Okay. My low, without going into too much detail, is the story we're about to tell. That was pretty embarrassing. My high. Oh, since we did the podcast last week, we had like a cool birthday bash for me, which was nice.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was nice.
And your cake was pretty cool.
Fam dinner, the cake was cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Here I am, 29.
29.
Anyway.
No, you're great.
Highs and lows for you, big dog.
First of all, thank you. Second of all, my high is that we haven't spoken about it, but by the time this comes out, we will have told what is going on. We've moved house.
We have.
So that's great.
That's
So
exciting.
fun.
Yep.
So we've moved, even though like it's a high, but it's also the biggest annoyance because moving house is like just packing and
that's a lot of stuff to
unpacking
move.
and how much rubbish. So anyway, that's a high because I thought it was great. My lows of just my recurrent tonsillitis. I'm so sick of it. Every 4 to 6 weeks, wake up, can't swallow, and then just I'm over being on antibiotics. I just can't be bothered.
It's not nice.
It hurts. It starts my gut up. So anyway,
I feel that.
That's annoying. And that was my low, but I'm over it now. Because that was like 2 days ago. But anyway, it's
You're
frustration.
back.
I'm back. Cass was like, "How are you going to speak on the podcast like Monday?" Because I was
Make it through.
"Hi, Cass." Like in the morning, 'cause I couldn't speak. My tonsil was so big, and I actually couldn't swallow. It was gross.
Not nice.
It was disgusting. But anyway, I am better.
Glad to hear you're okay.
Thank you so much. We have a funny story, and we're laughing now. And I'll tell you that
we will be crying soon.
We'll be crying soon when we get the bill because we haven't we don't know what it is going to be yet. So my theory of life is to laugh now and then we'll just deal with it later. Yeah. So in the moving house situation, I'll start it off the story and you can chime in on it.
Take it away. Yeah.
So when we were while we're moving house, we were like, it's going to be raining this weekend, all weekend, and this is our last weekend to move. So we also had 91 boxes, like big boxes to take from the warehouse down to our fulfillment center. So I was like, great, we'll get a truck. It'll be like 2 birds with one stone. It'll be perfect. So we call up the rental company. Just can I have a truck? Yep, absolutely. No worries. You have all the ability to drive a truck. Yep, great. So perfect. So we get the truck and I was so excited. I was like being Sally in the front. I was like just yelling out things to Mitch while he was next to me in the car. It was hilarious. But I drove from if anyone in Adelaide, I drove from the corner of Marion Road and Richmond Road all the way up to McGill to our warehouse. So it was like a 20-minute drive. Fair crack of this big truck that didn't go over 30 k's an hour. It was great.
It was good.
And do you know what? So our warehouse, it's in a row of like 6 warehouses, and you can't really, if you park, if you back in, you're very tight. And now whatever. Anyway,
in front of our roller.
Yeah. It's very tight. So I tell you what, I pulled that big boy in. I pulled in, and no joke, I went into my car park, and then I reversed this big ass truck into our roller door driveway, and I looked up and no one was there, and I was like, you can't. And I even missed the bins. It was like a.
This is not the bad part of the story.
No, this is great. This is just me bragging. This is a
highlight.
This is me bragging, for sure. Anyway, I jumped out the car and my neighbour comes over and was like, I wish some of my guys could drive a truck like you. And I was like, thanks, mate. Anyway, I was pumped. I was like, so excited. Anyway, I loaded 91 boxes of this into this big boy truck, and then we went off down to the park and down to Dudley Park, which is our fulfillment centre. And once we were there, we unloaded and Mitch jumped in to drive on back. And we ordered a new TV to this new house. And we missed the first delivery. We missed the second delivery. And I had called them 10 times that morning being like, I just need a 10-minute window. Like I'm 10 minutes away at all times. Like just give me a window, blah, blah, blah. So then they were like, we got back and forth. And anyway, the driver calls me and he's like, I'm 10 minutes away. And me and Mitch were like, great. We're on our way back from Dudley Park. We'll meet halfway. So we were driving. And I'll just like pause and go back to the start right now where we went to sign the papers. On the billboard, when you walk in, it says, beware of low-hanging trees. So I'm just going to put that out there. Anyway, so Mitch is driving on down the road.
So we were being aware.
We were being aware. We were aware.
Low-hanging trees.
We were aware. We just didn't care, obviously. So anyway, we were just driving down the road and we pull in and we were so excited because the delivery driver's there. It was a bit like a movie moment. We're like, the TV's there.
It was great.
So Mitch pulled in. And a tree went and it jumped out at him. And I wasn't there when he got there. It's what I believe you.
Oh, what? You were in the car?
Yeah, but I'm saying the tree wasn't there. Like it
he
just
wasn't
jumped
there
out
when
at
we
you.
were going down the street.
Nah.
And then, do you want to explain? We're going down the street and then go to pull in to the left.
Yeah. And then
bang.
smacked into a tree. But like
and not
into
the
a
side.
branch. And
We got stuck.
Yeah, we got stuck on the tree. But anyway, it was
Like it's if you imagined a tree, not a branch,
it was like
the trunk went out and like partially onto the road.
Yeah, but we clipped
I thought that we had cleared it.
Yeah.
As in physically moved past it. So I started moving into the left to pull in.
Yeah.
And I forgot we were 3.2 meters high.
Yeah, we forgot.
And a little bit wide.
Width-wise, we were fine, but height-wise, no good. So anyway, we clipped it and, just,
come on, we didn't clip it. We fucking...
Yeah, no, but you did it like... Okay.
We got stuck.
I'm trying
to
help you out here, my love. So anyway,
clipping it would be like...
Yeah. And then...
That didn't happen.
There's still like debris in the tree.
Yes.
So if you can imagine a tuna can open... Mitch
that's the top of the
pulled open
truck.
the top of the truck. Like actual tuna canned and
not the whole bit.
Just the half
just
corner.
the corner.
And like it was so...
I'm not laughing anymore.
It was... Okay,
Your
obviously
reaction
we don't... My reaction, I was going...
I was so flustered. I was like, what do you want?
I'm yelling at me. I was like, why are you yelling at me?
Meanwhile, we're stuck under this trunk, so we're trying to chuck it in reverse, get out. And we were a bit stuck, so I had to really power through. Pace seems to be my thing, and it's not working for me.
Thing, yeah. So it was complete accident, obviously. Like, and I was I had to ring them straight away. I literally, when something happens like that, and I haven't gotten into any accidents. Like I don't think I've had an accident ever in my car. So I was in total shock and I started laughing. And I was like, this is so inappropriate because I've just damaged your vehicle. I can't, I should not be laughing, but I was. And the lady on the other side of the phone was so funny. She was also laughing. She's like, oh, trees tend to jump out at you, don't they? And I was like, oh, yeah, they sure do. Like, anyway, so we went there. She was like, don't worry, like, come on, bring it back. And I said to her, I was like, can you make us feel better? Please tell me this happens all the time. And she was like,
it's the first time it's ever happened.
No, the poor thing, we were laughing because I think she was new. And she was like, I don't know how to deal with this. I was like, look, me neither. So like we're on the same page.
We'll just leave it. That's fine.
The manager came out and like he comes in and we had to file a report or whatever. And he was so funny. He was like, you don't understand. Like this is why we have the big sign because every second person does this. And like this happens. It happened 3 times on that Sunday, that 3 different vehicles. We were like, and I was sitting there being like, yeah. And then I was like, this is probably a really inappropriate question, but like, do we get another truck? I was like, I kind of need it. Like, and he was just like, no. I was like, okay. But because we couldn't, like, he didn't want to give us one because he was like ready, but they were fully booked. Yeah. And he was like, no, like, it's fine. But it was the funniest. I think it's funny now. And I keep saying it's funny now.
But hang on.
Not so funny.
It's not going to be funny because the worst part, and we shouldn't laugh about this, is it's not covered by the excess. So
we have to pay for the damage.
So they need to get a quote.
Yeah.
Work out what it's going to cost to fix it.
Yeah.
And
then
we're taking on sponsors for our podcast now.
Or we'll just get my Uncle Nick, but no, just who can do it.
We should have done that.
Oh, I know.
We're too honest.
No, I would never do that. But I would be like, hey mate, okay, I get you want me to pay that, but I think I've got some Greek mates that can fix it myself.
We could still do
a bit of elbow grease.
Figure it out. I just like how when you ask the manager, has this happened before? And he goes, oh, at least you've had it for 4 hours or whatever it was.
Yeah.
He said literally some person turned, so you turn out into Marion Road, whatever it is, went 200 metres down the street and had clipped something. And if you imagine this, it's like it looks like a semi. It's not a semi. It's just a little truck with a little box on the back. Knocked the entire box.
Yeah, I don't know what he did.
The truck and was just sitting in the middle of the road.
So the guy had to go up the road. We just literally looked at the end of the street and was like, "Yep." So the box is in the middle of the road.
Can you imagine?
How are you meant to get
looking in your mirror and go, "Oh, there goes the box."
I thought
getting stuck was bad enough.
Yeah. But it was funny, and I'm glad that we can laugh about it now. But in the future we'll probably cry. But that's okay.
Same. Really?
It's terrifying.
You were right. I was just watching episode 1 back last night. This stuff happens to us on the daily.
It does.
It's weird.
It does.
But it's funny. But
100. Yeah. It was so funny. Are we gonna add in the bit that you hit the sign on the in front of our house, or we're just gonna ignore that?
Mm-hmm.
He hit it before hitting the tree. He also hit a stop sign.
It was had this ping, and I was like,
but he didn't hit it badly. He just went like, ding.
And it was just in the wind, and I was like, nothing to see here.
Nothing.
And we had a Tyler at our house, and he was just like,
he just looked around. He was like,
looking down the driveway, like,
heck?
And I was like, wasn't me.
It wasn't me. And you know what the worst thing is? We actually had a witness at the house because the delivery driver was sitting right in front of us and saw the whole thing, and he was like, was that you guys? And we were like, yeah.
No. So the best part is before you rang the company, we got unstuck and then
we went
further down the road.
The TV first.
Parked further down the road, walked back to our house and walked up to the delivery driver like nothing had happened, went to accept the TV and goes, was that you guys? And I was like, yeah. Where's the TV? Just walked off. That was terrible.
He was funny. He was like, okay. He didn't want to say anything because he was like, I knew that we were just
he
like,
felt the pain.
Yeah, he heard the pain. Anyway, let's move on, I think. Because that,
I agree.
Yeah, until we'll bring
that back when we have the verdict.
When we have the verdict of what our bill is, which is so sad.
And then we can, if you want to send sponsor requests,
happy
to have them come through right now.
$1 or $2 would be perfect.
Every cent
cent counts at the minute. Oh gosh. So today we've done get to know us and all that kind of stuff. But I think the one thing that it's a massive subject, and this won't be just today. I think parenting.
Wow.
Because we're new parents. Here we are as new parents. And I think that is such a thing that we don't we talk about, but don't think we talk about the nitty-gritties and those things. Because I think it's very easy for us to kind of close our eyes and just when you're in the trenches, it's easy to not recognize or talk about certain things.
Going to say it's a bit of as most parents would know, and especially new parents, it's a bit of a daily grind, 100%. Which I don't think anyone really talks about enough.
Until it gets to a point where you're this is easy. And then you kind of you wake up a little bit. I think, which sounds really weird, but maybe.
Where do you want to start?
I don't know. Let's start maybe
we found out we were pregnant.
Yeah. And how did that happen on that?
You peed on a stick.
Yeah, no, but that was my period was an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours. I can't remember what it was. And I was like, nah, I know it. But I didn't know it. I just thought it. Because my period was 28 days on the dot, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That was it. And it was weird, but it was on time. And then it was 7 o'clock at night. And I was like, this is weird. And I instantly was I just don't like this. I just feel and I had fucking pregnancy anxiety all the time. So, because I was not on any contraception because I've not been on it for 3 years. So it wasn't it was something else. It was just different. We hadn't been on anything. So then I went to the bathroom and took a pregnancy test and hyperventilated by myself because I was I was not expecting it. I just wanted to do it to be okay, cool, no worries, period's still coming. I feel that's just a normal thing that people do. I just, so I obviously, but it came so I would have been, I always get so confused with the dates, but as soon as I found out, we would have been 4 weeks, right? 4 weeks and 1 day or whatever it is. Do you remember? We were we got 9 months. They're like, no, you're 8 months. And I was like, hang on, whoa, what up? Confused. Yeah, because you're 4 weeks because of the day from your last period.
Like that.
Yeah. So then I was the lines were so dark. so dark. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I sat there and I didn't even look at it. I was like, okay, that's weird. And then I was like, Mitch, come right out. I was like, yelled at him and he like comes running. He thought the dogs had like shit on the carpet or something. So he was like, what? Because he was watching TV and I just threw it at him. I was like, this is your fault. Like, but I was like, look. And he just literally gets it and was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, I was melting. He just didn't care. I was like, what the hell? Do you remember?
Yeah, then we had a big hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you need to set the scene.
Hysterical cry.
So that would have been 2021.
Yeah.
June, July, roughly. Yep. That year we'd kind of made a conscious effort of, because Anna was around and Anna would have been 1 or 2 at that point.
Yeah.
And we loved kids and loved having her around, that whatever happens this year. If it happens, it happens.
It was more of a next year thing. Like it
was a whenever almost.
Yeah, but not.
We weren't really trying, but also weren't really being careful, and was like,
oh God, yeah.
But again, it wasn't like a
yeah.
So we hugged it out. It was great.
And then I cried for 3 weeks.
At least 2 full weeks. Yeah.
Every day, every single day.
It's great.
Every minute of every day. Why was I crying? I can't remember.
I don't know. I think like a big one was your back, maybe.
Yeah, that was it.
At the time.
100%.
And I don't know why else. I think like unless you're really, really planning to have a child.
It's a shock.
It's not, I don't want to say scary, but it's like, it's a big thing, obviously, like welcoming new life into the world and having that responsibility. So it's not something to take lightly. But it's big news, you know what I mean? I don't think anyone in the family expected it yet. Like obviously we'll get to that, but when we told people, they were obviously shocked as well. So
yeah, I think I cried because I was in my mind, because I obviously have a really bad back, but in my mind I was like, when we want to get pregnant, I want to have at least a year of like training my back to like get it ready. And my back was probably at its like weakest when I felt pregnant. And I was like, this is going to be the worst year of my life. Like I'm going to be I was like, I'll be bedbound. I'll be like in the house. I won't be able to move. I won't be able to walk. I won't be able to do anything. Like I was just so scared. Yeah, I remember that.
I think there was also a lot of work on your plate at the time as well. I mean, Yes Please ended up launching in October 2021, so a few months after that. Yeah. And then Berlin 2.0 you were working on, had photo shoots up until you were 36 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
So there was like a lot.
That was epic.
I think that you were consciously going, shit, like I have a lot that I need to get done in the next 8 months until I'm really have to slow down, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
For lack of a better term.
Yeah, that was intense.
Shall we skip to the best day ever then?
Yeah.
What do you remember?
It's
a bit of a blur, I think.
I remember like limited things.
Yeah.
I remember the morning of.
This is obviously Gigi's.
This is Gigi's birthday. No, this is my own birthday.
For those on the drive home.
So I wake up in the morning. We woke up at 4:40, 4:30 in the morning because we had a scheduled C-section at 7. Was it 7 a.m? We had to like
admission at 7.
We had to be at the hospital at 6 because I needed to go in and check my blood pressure or whatever.
Yeah.
So I went in and I think we were silent. I
don't think we said many words on the drive and in the
we were terrified
in the room. I think we had a big hug before we left, like home to go.
Yeah, and I was crying then too.
And then it was more so like, it sounds very silly, but like these are the last moments of it just being us.
100%. Yeah.
Hug it out.
I was hysterical. Are you crying fucking now? We got it. I was so sad. I was like, but it's actually a good way to put it into, because the biggest thing the most terrifying fear that I had was like, how are we going to be when we have, I'm going to start now too. Like
cue the waterworks.
Yeah, cue the waterworks. I need some tissue in here. No, I'm so fun. But I was like, how are we going to, because we were so, we're a team. Mm-hmm. And I was like, we're going to bring this baby into this. How are we going to juggle? Like, and how is that going to be? Is it going to be the same? It's going to be like, who knows? And that was my biggest fear, but it's fun, obviously. So it was great.
And it hasn't worked.
No.
I'm kidding. It's worked perfectly
It's worked perfectly. But,
it's worked well.
That was, I remember that. That was my
valid
biggest fear.
Yeah. And they're very
All
big
the way
fears, I think, for a lot of maybe first-time mums.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of men and dads don't really think about that stuff as much.
Well, yeah.
But
Well,
I guess to a degree.
No, but you were like, and I was like,
yeah. But my attitude, much like the truck situation, is we'll work it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Initially, it was like, fuck, like it's going to cost a lot of money. But then it's like, you know what?
We will.
do you know what I mean? Like, I can't do anything about it right now.
Yeah.
So
right now we can't worry about it.
Exactly. So that's mainly my mindset with a lot of things.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we then got admitted.
Walked on in there. You went into your hot dog suit, and it was great.
Still got it.
So he won't get rid of it.
Why would he get rid of it?
Yeah, we were ditching that stuff from the house from where we're moving, like donating all these
Leah
clothes.
was like, do you still want these scrubs? I was like, are you joking?
I was like, get rid of them.
They're the first memories of Gigi. Why would I get rid of them?
Okay,
I'm going to frame them.
They're like dirty ass
I should get
scrubs.
If anyone at home on the drive home can make a life-size mannequin.
No, don't. I'm not having a fucking life-size mannequin
of you. That would be great.
No.
And then we'll just fit the scrubs.
You're not.
6'5".
No. 5'12" on a good day, my guy. But
Sort me out.
I totally he won't get rid of them. But it was a really good day. And then during the actual sea shaking, it was great. We were talking. That guy was talking to me about the anaesthetist was talking to Mitch about real estate. Well, I was sitting there like, okay, cool guys.
Yeah.
Can I?
We had a really good team.
He was so
good.
That
made us feel very calm and welcome.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a very nerve-wracking
It's a bit of
experience.
a sterile environment. So like, as in like,
it's a surgery at the end
cold.
of the day.
Yeah, because like I don't know because I didn't go naturally, so I didn't know if if it would be different in a room.
Yeah.
Versus getting literally onto a surgical table in like a room with like 15 people, and you're like, hello, and the lights are bright as.
It's a bit confronting.
The team was great. Like the anaesthetist was so lovely. He was like playing with my hair and everything. It was so lovely. Like he was great. But
that's funny.
Like I remember the only thing that of the actual physical birth is that I remember is like I was standing like this, and I wanted the thing to be dropped because I wanted to see everything. It was gross. It was delicious. I've got a video I watch all the time. It was like her getting pulled out, and I was like, oh my God. And I went to reach for her, and he like grabs my hands. He's like, because I was obviously like not. I don't know what it was. Like I wasn't allowed to touch it straight away.
Is your insides?
Yeah, probably no. It might have been that. But he was like, don't touch her. And I was like, oh, okay. And they put her on me. And then she was so cute, but like also like she had manky stuff everywhere, blood everywhere. I was like, you're cute, but can we wipe her down? And then we had her for like a good minute or two just sitting there, and she was just like looking at us. We're like, it was so cute.
It was.
What did you feel in that minute? Because I was too high, but.
Oh shit, it's real.
You really?
Yeah, it's like yeah.
Because for me, I felt like a big connection. Like, did you feel the same? Because you didn't necessarily carry her.
No. So definitely different from a dad's perspective, I think.
Interesting.
I think, again, I haven't experienced this, but I think maybe when you fall pregnant, it's like that's when the connection starts.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's like that's when this becomes real for you.
Yeah.
Whereas I think for me, and I don't know, I'm assuming most other dads as well, it's like when she was physically there. It's like,
we don't get to feel the kicks
now this is real
because
she's like physically crying and in front of us.
Yeah.
Before that, like obviously you listen to a kick or feel a kick, whatever, but like it still didn't feel real.
100%.
I mean, like you're getting bigger and you're
not the 100th time that I made you feel my stomach.
Mitch, quick, she's kicking. Oh my God, I've done this a million times.
It's cute. I loved it.
Yeah.
It was the best.
But yeah, it was, I don't know. It was like, oh shit, this is real now.
Yeah.
And then I think it was more exciting, again, a bit of a blur, but as we went upstairs and started weighing her and doing all of that stuff, then it was kind of sinking in and being like, this is cool. Nothing. But I remember, so all I remember is once she was wrapped up and all cute, she got put in my chest. So we took a couple of cute photos, and then I don't know what happened, but I put my head back down and I was literally like, get off me. And I like shoved her to Mitch, and I felt like I got put in a microwave. Like I don't know, I didn't pass out, but like my head was spinning, and the guy said they might have put too much local something in some, I don't know what, because I was stitching me back up at the time, and I remember putting my head down and I was like, I can't see, I can't do anything, and I was like swaying back and forth, and he was like to me, he was counting in my ear. He's like, when I get down to down to 0, you'll be fine. So he was counting from 30 down. So obviously he put something in my drip or whatever, and instantly, like when after that happened, I actually it felt like I could hear my almost like I could hear my brain like it was like a microwave, and then
as soon as it got to 0, I was like, give me her back. Like, so I grabbed it back, put it back on me. And after that, I remember nothing. Like, I don't remember anything from going upstairs. I don't know what that means. I don't know anything.
It was just like the formality. So then I cut the umbilical cord in that room, obviously, which is gross. It kind of looks like squid.
like
fresh, like fresh squid, because it's like almost translucent.
Oh.
It's so tough.
It looked pretty gross. Yeah, it looked pretty
It's gross.
Yeah.
It's rank.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, you can't do it in one going like, you can. There's no way you can.
Really?
Nah,
it's all squidgy.
It's like, yuck. It's like cutting an octopus tentacle, but in the form of squid.
Oh, okay.
And super tough.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. Then we went upstairs, did all of that, weighed her, measured her.
Did I come? I was.
Yeah, you were in the bed.
Was I awake?
Passed out.
Okay. That makes sense because I remember
Which was fun. And then I think that's recovery. We were in recovery.
Okay,
then.
yeah.
I think we were there for an hour or two.
Yeah.
And then went back to the room.
Yeah, right. See, I don't remember that either. I don't remember going back to the room. I don't really.
You were quite sleepy, I'd say, for most of that day.
Yeah, I think I was
As
out
you would be.
half the time.
Surgery.
Yeah. That day was such a nice day, but I feel like it went too quickly.
Yeah.
Like it went too quickly that I was like, what kind of happened?
Yeah.
Like I don't think, and it's because I didn't go into labour. Like I didn't feel anything, and I just kind of walked on in.
Yeah.
Sat down, had my baby, and left. Like it was it. So that it was actually a really nice process. Like I actually quite liked it because it was like so calm and everything.
Yeah. So I think we can touch on your birth story in maybe another episode.
Yeah, when I've finished
dedicated
my therapy sessions, because already I'm like, I don't want to talk about the next bit.
But that can be like a full topic, I think.
100%.
Which is, whatever, something else to talk about.
Yeah.
But how would you find?
I'm actually already thinking about it.
I guess my question to you on your side would be, Gigi is now 14 and a half.
She is
almost
the
15
funniest
months
human I've ever met.
Old. What do you think has been the best stage of her growing up so far, or like age, or
now?
Yeah.
Everyone said to us like, "Oh, wait till she starts walking, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Dude, the walking is the best because you don't have to hold them you can just put them there and you just follow them around, and then they just do whatever they want to do, and they're so tired. Like the other night, we got home from I don't know where we went to the shops with her. We came home and we just popped her down. I was cooking dinner and she did about 40 laps of the kitchen,
was so
around
funny.
and around and around,
just
under the bed,
to herself.
jumping around. Yeah, just had her toys. Every now and again she'd walk past me and I'd just give her a cracker and she'd take it and just keep walking. And I was like, you're just best. Like, this is so good. And then take her to the park. You can pop her down there and we chase her around. It's so fun. I just love this age. Newborn stage for me is, I don't like, not that I don't like it. I'm obviously very grateful for a newborn, but it was it's hardest.
Challenging. Yeah.
Challenging, not only challenging in you've got no sleep and you've got all that kind of stuff, but it challenges us heaps. It challenges your work. It challenges you just your brain because you're sitting there all day. I feel like, and people will obviously disagree with me with this, but you're sitting there all day, you're giving so much energy into this baby, you're going making faces and whatever, and they're just sitting and they're looking at you because they're learning.
Yeah.
But it feels like all your energy goes, they can't do anything yet. And that's obviously fun, but you're giving so much to get almost nothing back.
Mm-hmm.
And you're by the end of the day, you just feel so tired, and then you have overnight.
Yeah.
And your overnight, it's the same. And it's it almost feels like a Groundhog Day for so long until you get to a point where they're they sleep a little bit better and they smile at you, and then you're like, oh, this is worth it.
And then you start seeing progression.
Yeah. And it just I feel like for me, I love to have fun with Gigi. So her at this age now, I love.
Mm-hmm. You can take her anywhere, do things.
Yeah, you can just and she's such a cruisy, easy babe. You can literally be all right, going get her in the car. She doesn't care. She's not
fussy.
No, she doesn't fuss. She just does whatever we want. Does whatever we do, which is amazing.
Yeah, I agree. Good call.
Yeah.
So touching on that, the early days, obviously, I would agree with you. I think 0 to 4 months is quite challenging.
Yeah.
Because mainly for new parents,
yeah.
I'm sure it might be a bit easier the second time around or third, whatever. But finding your feet.
Yeah.
Then for us, which again, unique situation, but trying to we can't just not work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, which is unfortunately, yeah.
You definitely took some time to just be a mum, which is great. But then there's also things at work that we need to be doing every day, myself included. It could be as little as an email. I'm not saying we're doing 3-hour photo shoots or whatever, but getting back to people, organising supplies, etc.
Yeah.
How did you find that balance? early on?
It's going to sound really bad, but I don't really remember a lot
Mm-hmm.
because I think that like I trauma dumped it. Just stuck it behind. But I think next, I think it was really hard. Like going to work and doing all that stuff while like Gigi was like growing and like, but I think we were good because we had her all the time. Like we took her to work. We walked her up the road when we were out to our house. We did all that kind of stuff. We took her to shoots. Like we just, and I think that might be why she's not so fussy now is because we just did everything with her. Well, too bad.
Spending time
you have
with her,
to come. Yeah.
Also doing what we needed to do.
Yeah. So I think like it was good and it's the way that we wanted to do things and that worked for us. Like we just had to do what we had to do. I think next, if I was to do it all over again, I think I would want to take time. Like I'd want to be like, nope, this first 2, 3, 4 months is just mine. Like I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to go to work. Like I want to be like, almost like get work to a point where I can just pop in and bring her with me. And then because I feel like those moments, like I still am sad that I don't remember it. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh my God, knew this thing was gonna be bad. I'm sad I don't remember it, but I want to be better next time. Yeah.
But I don't think you like just because you don't remember things doesn't mean you weren't good.
Mate, I was dope.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you're a great.
No.
I think to set the scene, like Leah is a very emotional person. Oh firstly, and
it's not because I'm having praise because I'm like hyped. I'm like hyped for sad.
No, but you are your own biggest critic.
Yeah, 100%.
Most people are, but you to another level. Whereas you were a great mum, and I think just because you have to do an email, and I guess this is really good for our podcast as well for those at home that do have their own business or I don't know, whatever. I don't think you should feel guilty for having to send an email. You know what I mean? Like that's 1 minute out of 24 hours. It doesn't make you a bad parent or a bad mum or, do you know what I mean? Like she was probably sleeping while that happened. 99% of the time. No, you know what I mean? Like it's a newborn. They're awake 100%. For like 3 hours a day.
No, and I think now we have like Gigi loves us so much. Mm-hmm. Like she can be around my parents, around my sister, and she just chooses us every time. Like she does. She wants she's just so funny, and it's good because at least we know that like our relationship with her is so strong. Like she's so good with us. But yeah, I think that those first 4 months with work was I think would be hard, but I think it gave me ability to like know what I want to do. Like, do you know what I mean? Like
gives you a real purpose, I think.
Yeah, it gives you a purpose of and also, sorry, that's not what I meant, but that is a good point. Like when you're in the trenches of like no sleep and like baby crying and I don't know, reflux, fucking hell, everything. It's like work gave me an out to be like, just use your brain for today. Mm-hmm. Like actually get, like you can use real words and you can, because like there might be a day if I'm home with her all day, right? Like, and say you go to work and I'm with her all day and she's like been crying all day or whatever it happens. And then all night, like I actually might not talk out loud the whole day or to anyone or say anything to like anybody. And you're like, that's just, it can be lonely really quickly. Mm-hmm. So I think like being able to have like something to work towards or work on, even if I wasn't working, I'd probably start knitting or something, like just doing fucking something so that you could do while your baby sleeps. Because they're like, oh, sleep when your baby sleeps. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. Like,
and there's only so much TV or Netflix or whatever you can watch when they sleep. It's like when you're a kid and you're like, oh yeah, we've got 6 weeks holidays at the end of the year, whatever it is.
But
and after week 2, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, 100%.
It's kind of like that. So it's like, well, I actually just want to get back to the fundamentals of using my brain during the day rather than do you know what I mean? It's a nice outlet. I think.
It was a nice outlet. So I do appreciate doing it for sure. Yeah. For sure. Maybe I'll just knit next time. It'll be great. What do you reckon like you would do differently? Or do you reckon you would do differently second time around?
Nothing. You're
just a pro.
I don't have regrets at all. And do you know what I mean? Like I think I'm big on that in life period because I think like next time round I would know things from the first time. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I think we've done a pretty good job, to be honest. I'm pretty proud of us as parents. I don't think that either one of us do things badly. The only thing my advice, and it wouldn't be to us, it's just more so to new time parents, first time parents, and we'd get these questions a lot individually, is you need to work as a team It doesn't
100?
work if you don't work as a team, because there's a lot of people that'd be like, oh, you know, I'm the mum and I do all of this. My husband does nothing. Or, and they'd be messaging me and you this as well. But like, and like, how do you make it look so easy? And it's, at the end of the day, it's just teamwork. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I say I don't have regrets, because when you wanted to do something, I would watch Gigi or vice versa, and we would kind of cover each other's needs, which I think was a really good, and still to this day, helps us get by.
That was my next question. Like how do new parents, and how did we, or do we still, because obviously she's only 14 months, like we are going to change our answers in 2 years' time or whatever. But like currently right now, someone was asking me yesterday, like, how do we balance it? Like, how do we
balance work and
balance like the like what I remember how I was talking to you about default parenting and how crazy it is and what what that is. And I think like a lot of people don't know what it is, but if you think of like at home, like say who does the lunch boxes, who does the shopping, who does all that kind of stuff, all the invisible tasks that the other person might not see. And I was explaining it to Mitch and he was like, oh, like I get it. I completely get it. I like, you don't think about those things because it's not like, that's not, I don't want to say that's not my job to think about, but like that's not on my plate. Like that was, I trust that you're going to do it. And I was like, yes, because I'm like the default, because you know that if you don't, I will, right? But I want to have the same thought for you. If I don't, I know that Mitch will. And he was like, cool, I get it. And this was like 3 months old or whatever. Like we had this big chat and I was like, because obviously in the trenches, we're like trying to work each other out. And once we had that conversation, it was a lot easier to like then be like, hey, like, have you been to the gym today? Have I been to the gym today? Like, would you like to, like, do you need to do anything? Do I need to do anything? Like, let's go shopping together. Let's, you know, how's her formula situation going? Like, we'd actually ask each other the questions and then slowly be both on board. Yeah.
I can't speak for other people's relationships or parenting, but, you know, when you choose to be responsible and bring a child into the world, that is your responsibility. Do you know what I mean? So communication, balance, being responsible, it is my child. I need to look after them, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter if you're the mum, the dad, whoever you are, is very important. So I think like setting those boundaries and us communicating to each other every day.
I think the communication
you got to understand it's going to be a grind.
100%. Like, and you're going to get frustrated.
Having a newborn is not easy. It's literally the hardest thing you do. Like we've done so many things in life and they're so easy compared to having a newborn. Do you know what I mean? It's just repetitive. It's a grind. But I think we work as a team really well naturally. Anyway. I can't say that for everyone else. Yeah. So we just communicated and made sure that our needs were met and always have and still do want to be there for Gigi 24/7. So
I think that's just, it's important to be like, to not obviously like think about your partner, obviously, because you do, but there might come days that you might not even know, like you probably haven't spoken to your partner all day and they get home and then you chuck them the kid because you just want to break and whatever. And that can happen every single day for weeks and weeks and weeks, months and months and end or whatever. But it's almost like you have to make that conscious effort to just ask or ask for what you want. Like I remember being like, if you want to go to the gym, great, but I want to go to the gym too. So when are you going to, like when are we going to swap? Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, I'll go for 45. When I get home, you go. Then then you go past the shops on the way home, get some food, and we'll cook dinner together. Blah blah. So it was like we worked as a team, and only when I because I did it 100 times. I'd get to a frustration point, and then I'd get you get resentful and you get annoyed. They're like all those types of things that you don't want to get to that point, but evidently you will because it's
normal.
It's tricky to have no sleep and then be frustrated. And it's so easy to do that, but just saying like, hey, I'm not getting any of my needs met right now. Like, how can we change that?
And that's what I mean. It just comes down to communication. It's okay to not be okay.
100%. It's okay to be like...
super important.
Yeah. And I think not comparing, and I do this a lot, and this is like not good on me because I'm like, I'm fucking tired. And Mitch is like, I'm tired too. I'm like, well, I'm tired more. Like, but like, that's not okay. Like, we can't, someone's tired is someone's tired. Like, you're tired and you're tired. Like, same thing.
Correct.
You're both tired.
You're allowed to be both
need, you're allowed to both be tired and you're allowed to both just want a break. And if you can't currently, then you just need to work together to get to bedtime. Like, and then once bedtime's over,
lay on the couch.
Lay on the couch like a starfish, but you have to work together to get to that point.
I agree.
I did it so much in the early stages where I was like, I'd get up in the night and then I'd be like, we'd wake up, Mitch would be like 7 a.m. I'll come in the room, I'll get her, you sleep. if that, like on the opposite night, like it's because we would do one night on, one night off or whatever. Which I think was something that like, but we didn't, but I didn't, obviously I hadn't breastfed, so it'd be different.
Tricky.
But giving me or giving the both of us that ability to feed and then change, and then it was, that was really helpful. But just communicating what you want.
Last question from me before we get into some epic food.
I forgot about the food.
What would be your one piece of advice to new parents or people considering having kids?
I have so many things, but don't fucking listen to anybody.
That's a big one.
Like, listen to no one. I literally don't open DMs anymore that says you should at the start. I do not open them because I was like, I don't want to know. Like you should, I don't know. I don't care, because everyone said, like, there were so many things that we wanted to do a sleep routine, and I really wanted to do that. I'm so glad we did, because Gigi sleeps great now. But like in her early stages, they were like, oh, just like, feed to sleep. We couldn't do that because of reflux. She would vomit everywhere. She would choke. It'd be the worst thing ever. Yeah. Or put her on her tummy, or do all these things. And I was like, oh my God,
that
all this advice was not relevant to our baby. And it was almost frustrating for me, because they'd come and they'd say things and like, no, you should just be doing this. And I was like, okay, well, if you'd like to hold her while she screams for 5 hours, well, I can just go have a drink down the road. Then
then we can chat.
Yeah, well, I'm happy. Like I'm so happy. So like, don't listen to literally anybody but your child. Like I rocked Gigi to sleep for how many months? Until she was like 9 months old, right?
I was going to say 8 or 9 months.
8 or 9 months old. I would rock her to sleep. It would be so annoying, but I loved it because she felt safe. And then when I transfer her into her bed, she would cry and I'd pick her back up and I'd rock her back to sleep. And then we'd go back and we'd do it 10 times until she fell asleep. Yeah. And now it's literally like I get her and I'm like, hey, good night, bye. And then put her in her cot and I walk out and she's like, okay, see you later, and goes to sleep.
Yeah.
But people were like, oh, if you rock her to sleep, she's going to get used to it and blah, blah. And I was like, okay. She's not going to be 16 and want to sleep in my bed. And if she is, I'll fucking love it. Like, so get lost. Like, do you know what I mean? I was like, the advice that people give, and sometimes some do it for being nice, but if someone comes to me and asks me a question, I will give them anything that I can. But if they tell me their story, I'm like, yeah, it sucks. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. But I'm not going to say, you should do this instead. Like, fuck that. Like, I don't know your story. I don't know anything about you. I don't know anything about your baby. Like, what if your baby turns around and goes like, I don't think so.
Yeah. Fair.
Like that's my biggest advice, because as a new first time mum, I was like, okay, well, what if this one doesn't work? And like I literally started laughing the other day when we were emptying out Gigi's room. I found this calming 3-pack calming mist spray that I bought at like 3 a.m. because she wasn't sleeping. I was like, this will make her sleep. I know it. Like spraying. Really thought that was going to work. I was like rocking her with one arm, spraying this mist. Like I lost my mind. But I like that. That was me getting convinced by something. But I just think that advice given, take with like actually what I used to say is good for you, not for me. Yeah. Like, it's a good one. People I like to cry it out. I'm like, cool, bro. I don't like that. Like, you can do that if that's your kid, but I don't want to do that. Yeah. So like, I wanted to rock Gigi, and it's like, well, I breastfed. Well, good for you, not for me. I couldn't. So what do you want me to do? Starve my child? Great. Fair. Next thing, like, I dressed her in this. Good for you, not for me. Like, it was like the best little like in my head. I'd be like, good for you, not for me. Like. It would be so good, and it would help me like not take on any of the advice. It's probably a very powerful motto for mums, I would say, because I think mums feel a lot of pressure 100% externally and maybe from family or people that have had kids. So I think taking on what's right for you is great. And it's like, if it's not, that's okay. 100%. If you want to cuddle your kid to bed, great. Someone literally said to me, like, you shouldn't hug Gigi too much, otherwise she might want to be a clingy baby, or she might be clinging with shoulder. And I was like, that would be perfect. I should hug a bit more. Like, I'm trying to do that. Like, it's what I'm trying to do. Okay, like I have the issue. I don't want to hug her all the time, but that's like that advice can scare a new time mum, like, and be like, okay, well maybe I won't hug my baby. Like, what the fuck? Are you joking? Yeah. So true. Like, you can't say those things. So like I was always like, yeah, good for you, not for me. Yeah. Always. That's a good one. What about you, my love? Maybe for dads out there. No, not just for dads, but I'd say my biggest thing, like Charles, Mr. Dorky, talks about having kids soon a lot. And my biggest thing to him is travel with your partner, Charlotte. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's obviously a difficult time because we're right in the midst of COVID. Yeah. So we haven't been overseas for 4 years now. Yeah.
So my thing would be before you have a kid, make sure you tick off some things on your bucket list.
Yeah.
Go travel, go to Europe, go to America, whatever you want to do. Charles got married, so like wanted to do that.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
Spend time with your partner and
Yeah.
make sure, like you're saying for next time, make sure you're at a point with work where you can uninterruptedly take 2, 3, 4, whatever
really
months off
time.
and spend time. They would be the main ones. And I just think people need to speak about it more. Like it is a beautiful thing, but it's hard.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people skip over and be like, yeah, it's beautiful. And like, no.
Yeah.
Just because it's beautiful doesn't mean it's not hard. And especially when, you know, I'll use Charles as an example. Oh yeah, Charlotte will just take the baby to work from 1 week old. If you think that that's going to happen,
if you think you can do that,
you are dreaming.
Like, and you might be able to, but it's going to be hard. Like
that's what I mean.
tricky.
People underestimate. So my thing would just be make sure you really think about it.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do before and just work
then,
as a team and understand it's going to be a challenge. You'll get through it.
Well,
and every age or month, whatever you want to call it, gets better.
Yeah.
And is more rewarding almost. Like Gigi now, it's hilarious. You go, Gigi, who are you? Goes, Gigi.
Yeah.
Like, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
She just gets so, it's funny.
It's so
but
cute.
Yeah, I would just make sure you do what you want to do, be a good team, communicate and just
And also I think don't expect anything. Like I expected this whole like beautiful birth and take her home and all these things. And like our world literally got flipped upside down. Like her vomiting on the walls was not on my my
You didn't read that in the manual?
I didn't read that in my thought pattern that was going to happen. So like, and that was every feed, every six times a day or what, and overnight. It was like, you don't expect those things. So like, just go with the flow. I feel like sometimes I was just like, oh, fuck it. You know, like whatever happens, happens. Like this is the card that we've been dealt. We've been like, this is what we've been done. Let's just try and see what happens. Yep. Like
so you
give it a good go. I was going to say something else just before when you said something about Charles and Charlotte, but I've literally like my whole brain just got out. But
probably looking at this food that you think,
oh fuck, I forgot about that. I literally thought we were about to finish. Fuck. Okay. All right,
we're a long way from finishing.
All right, let's do the music segment. Oh, I just
drum roll.
Well, not the music. It's not the music segment. It is the food segment. And I have gotten, so we went to the shops this morning because like, whatever. He got me canned salmon, which I don't hate, but anyway.
Yeah, my selections weren't great today.
Right. Okay. You ready? Do you want to go first? Yeah, you go first. I want to end. I've got 3 questions that I came up with in the car.
Okay.
Let's do this. 3. Okay, so basically if you haven't listened before, questions, if I get it wrong, I got to eat something. If Mitch gets it wrong, he has to eat something. So we'll ask each other 2 or 3 questions and then we'll see how we go. Last time he gave me blue cheese and I can fucking see it on the plate again.
All right. At what age did I stop playing football?
Oh, 22. 21. I was going to say 21.
You are not going to get any of these correct today, my friend.
Oh, fucking Jesus. All right. Can I just put this up here so I can eat something?
Go for it. I think we'll start with blue cheese. Thank you. And we'll improv the
the lazy Susan that we don't have. But that's okay. We'll get it. Why do you like?
Because I was under pressure.
What
I
is
don't know.
this
It
one?
looked a bit orange. So
Morse and blue utter delights. I love that. Well, I'm going to eat it with my.
Look at you go.
I got to open it. Oh, I can taste it already. And it's not a bad thing. I just don't like mold. I don't like eating
blue
mold.
cheese is not your vibe.
Blue cheese.
And that's okay.
No, it's, well.
Except you have to eat it now.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you kind of ruined me, but I'm eating the juices. All right, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to squish it out the packet.
Yeah.
I can't bother.
Do that. Come on.
This smells worse than last time. Oh, that was better than last time. Nope, there's the mold. Okay.
There she is.
That was a real one. Oh, yuck. That is just filthy. You know what? The last episode I wanted to wrap up like real quick because it tasted in my mouth the whole day.
I got to stop doing blue cheese then.
Yeah.
Because then you just try and get off it.
Oh, that's just filth. Okay. Next one. I can still taste it. Finish the lyric. Now.
Is that a question?
Yeah. This is it's not a question. It's
a technicality.
Yeah. Okay. This is a One Direction song.
Mm-hmm.
The song is called What Makes You Beautiful.
I'm already singing in my head before you said that.
Okay, so it goes, everyone else in the room can see it. everyone else but you, oh, baby.
You light up my world like I don't know the rest of it. Hang on. I'm going to guess.
Okay.
You light up. Hang on. Can you sing it again so I can finish it? I need the song playing.
Everyone else in the room can see you. Everyone else but you, oh, baby.
You light up my world like you're dynamite.
Like nobody else. You
Damn.
idiot. Okay.
I was close.
See, that's why you should have come to One Direction concert with me. Now.
I wasn't far off.
You weren't, and I'm actually proud of you for that. So I appreciate you. Are you a 1D fan yet? Okay. Well, so we have...
What's this?
Kimchi.
Oh, okay.
So this is actually kimchi style cabbage.
Hang
so it's
on.
really not, but
I'll get my own.
No. I'll just get you a little plate.
Yeah.
So this is it's like a spicy
I'm not going to have
cabbage.
that much.
Oh, come on.
I'm doing the equivalent of what you've done.
Dude, blue cheese was foul. It's delicious, isn't it?
Do people eat that?
Yeah, I love this. I could eat this just because, Yeah, that's delicious. What do you mean? You'd like that.
That's good for people.
Good for you. Not for me. All right.
You'd never get this one.
Oh, that's annoying.
Beverly Hills postcode is what?
Oh, I should know this because there's a fucking TV show about it, isn't it? 90210.
How did you get that?
I did. And the only reason I know that's because that stupid show that you watch.
I can't believe you got that.
Neither can I. I was going to say they started with a 4, but you know what? 90210.
Okay.
Right.
Damn.
Sucker.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Riri is pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
You know who Riri is?
No.
What the fuck? Okay.
Of course I know who Riri is.
Yes, girls are saying, wow, okay, divorce.
Give it to me, baby.
She's pregnant with her second baby.
Yep. With partner.
No, that's not the question.
Okay.
What's her first baby's name?
Really?
Yeah. She just came out with it. It's been all over TikTok. Let him up. Let me just, hang on. 1 second.
I want to guess. Trey.
What the? No. Okay. The name is, now I'm going to say the name. I actually had to YouTube it this morning because I didn't want to get it wrong. It's RZA. R-Z-A. RZA. RZA.
Hang on. R-Z-A.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seems like a spelling error.
Okay. It's definitely not R-Z-A. It's actually really quite cool. I quite like it.
RZA.
Yeah.
How it's,
R-Z-A.
where's the I?
Z R-Z-A. RZA. Aussie idiot. Right.
All right.
Now, what I'm giving Mitch is what he actually should like because this is full shred life and he should just,
I'll try a bit.
Enjoy it.
Just,
I'm trying to get
give
it
it here.
out.
Don't worry about that. No.
Put it in your little plate. So it's tuna. It's chili tuna. And I went and even got you bougie sirena tuna, which is the best tuna that you can get. Don't even think about having
I'll
that.
have as much cheese as you did.
Because I think you'd like it. I actually think he'd like it. Like that with rice and Koopy mayo, easy. You don't hate it, do you?
It's okay, but it smells weird. I think it's more the smell than anything.
I even got him chili tuna. Chili, sorry. Like, you don't want to
It
get...
just smell like cat food.
Okay, well, it doesn't, but that's all right. It's delicious, and I'm glad that you tried it. Do you think you could eat that with rice?
Nah, that's cat food.
No,
That's
I could
100%.
eat tuna every single day. Every day.
All right. Other than ours, what is my favourite podcast to listen to?
This is annoying because you're going to have 2.
Pick one.
Can I pick one of the 2?
No, you pick one and that's it.
Don't be sour.
Nah.
Impulsive.
Yeah.
Well, no, because
You
it's
got it
both.
wrong.
Oh, I was trying to. I knew
No,
it was
you
impulsive.
look at my notes.
I knew it was impulsive, but I just thought
Impulsive.
Yeah, I knew it was impulsive, but I just thought should I say don't be sour because you're going to do don't be sour. Well, did you get me a spicy Mexican dip?
Nah, we'll do the salmon.
I like the salmon though.
Nobody likes the salmon. Come on, Leah, it's canned salmon.
And it's in spring water as well. Just FYI to listeners, never get spring water anything.
I did that on purpose because, you don't like that. You're pretending if you like that.
I love it.
That's
Didn't hear a fun fact.
I just got a cold shiver.
I'm just tastes like salmon. That tastes like cat food. That tastes like water. Oh.
Back it up for Ricky.
Ricky will love that.
He would appreciate that.
He would. Didn't even eat the chicken last night. I gave him dickhead. All right. So Ricky's our cat, by the way.
Aggressive.
Okay. Now, that is so foul. It would be nice in like a fish cake or something, but by itself, rank.
Yeah, yuck.
Now, Gigi's book that she loves, The Wonky Donkey. Now.
Fuck.
we have talked about this so many times. So the Wonky Donkey goes like, I walked down the street and I saw a donkey. That donkey had something. He was a something donkey. So it goes on and on in the story. So it says like, along in the story, it's like he was very good looking. So he was a hanky, spanky, winky, wonky donkey. Do you know what I mean? So it goes all the way.
By the end.
What's the first one? The first wonky donkey.
He had 4 legs.
He had 3 legs, you idiot. Because he was wonky.
I was going to say 3.
He was a wonky
going to say
donkey.
3, but then I was like, I knew it was something to do with legs.
Yeah. Well, because I wanted to do, because I was going to say second one, but then because it was a winky wonky donkey.
Was Winky the next one?
Winky, yeah.
Winky.
He had one eye. And then he smelled really bad. Was it smelled really bad? His teeth? I can't remember. I think it was Winky Wonky. Yeah, Gigi's teeth are huge. Gigi has my teeth and it's so bad. Oh.
Is this a sakata?
So this is actually something I just give Mitch food that I actually want him to like in life. So this is darama, which is like a fish roe dip.
It's fish eggs.
It's fish eggs, but it's fish eggs with like potato, depending on who makes. So like it's good. It's actually good. It's salty, and I think you'll like it.
I probably will. I had fish eggs the other day.
When? Oh yeah. So Mitch went out for lunch with somebody, and the guy ordered, and then Mitch had to eat. Oh, don't crisp in the mic.
You did this to yourself.
I shouldn't have done that. Should have got you something else, like a.
That's nice.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's delicious, isn't it? It's the best thing. I like. It's such a good. I'm so happy that you like that. Will you eat that like normally then?
That's like cream cheese.
Yeah, that on toast.
Why did no one explain that to me?
Oh, I've said this so
many times. No, you didn't say it tastes like cream cheese.
Okay, firstly, it doesn't taste like cream cheese, but second, it's creamy. That with like.
Oh yeah, like cream cheese.
Like so. Well, no, it's like salty like that, right? It's so annoying, but it's so good. I think that with toast. So
that would pop off.
Oh my God, Mitch is like, he's got this thing that he wants to like.
Go on.
Oh, yeah, it's go off.
No, I'm saying like go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, go on. He's trying to be like young again. So he's trying to say like, that looks popping. Like, I'm like, it's not what you say. He's like, yeah.
What?
Go off, King. I'm like, I'd be like, oh guys, I'm just going to like quickly go shoot some pigs. He's like, yeah, go off. I'm like, oh, okay. do I leave now? So fucking idiot.
I'm hip. What can I say?
So funny. Well, that was great. I think it's the blue cheese or the salmon, whatever's still in my mouth. That's foul. I don't know why, but I've written on my list Tom the barista.
Shout out to Tommy.
I have no idea why. He has.
What do we call him?
We call him
Javier,
you call him
Giuseppe,
anything.
Paul. Actually, if you head down to Mr. Barista on McGill Road, look for Paul.
Yeah.
He's giving away
don't say it.
Free coffees.
No, he's not. He's
Monday
so not.
between 9 and 10.
He goes, yeah, free coffees, $4. free if you pay.
No. He said, yeah, I'll do free coffees at 7 a.m. till 7:30. Too bad I get there at 7:30.
Yeah, he's so funny. So Tom, like he's up the road.
Get him on.
That would be a disaster. He'd be like, he'd just get angry.
It would be funny.
It'd be so funny. So I don't know why he's there because this is a parenting. Well, like was more of like a parenting podcast.
He's a parent.
He's a parent, but he's on the bottom of my list. So I think we just shout out to him because
he is the major sponsor.
We can take a copy from him. It'd be great. He literally is on the end of our like warehouse sort of street. Like we walk one street to him every morning, and I've like me and him have sea moss every morning. I have a big spoonful of sea moss. It's just great. But he's so funny, and he's just like makes coffees there every morning. So if you're driving up McGill Road towards like what's that road?
Past St. Bernard.
Past St. Bernard's, past like the Tower Hotel, like a little bit up.
Mm-hmm.
He's on like what's the street called? Urine Street. He's on the corner. He like
it's dodgy. Like don't go there expecting a cafe.
Yes, but like it's good.
It's like a coffee cart
It's the
outside.
best coffee in Adelaide. It's a coffee cart.
I don't mean dodgy as in bad.
No. It's just coffee cart. Like you don't want to look for like a shop. Like you want a coffee cart, and he's got a flag at the front, and he makes the best coffee in Adelaide.
We Paul from Mr. Barista.
Okay, his name's not Paul, but firstly, the reason why we call him Paul is because for 2 years he let some guy call him Paul. Because like for some reason the guy thought his name was Paul, and then like for 2 whole years he was like, hey Paul, and whatever. And then Tom goes one day like, no mate, you know my name's Tom, right? And then like, because he literally says Tom the barista on his sign. And the guy was like, yeah, it does. It says call Tom, and he has his number. And the guy was like, what? Why didn't you like? Why did you make me call you Tom, like Paul, for this whole time? And he's like, oh, I don't know, I don't really care. And I'm like, oh. So every time we walk up to him, Mitch says like, hey, Henry, or hey, anything. Or
It's so funny because the people that know him by Tom are like looking at me like, is his name not Tom?
Yeah.
I'm just like, what's up, Javier? It's just like, it's
he says
Fernando. He calls me